We're almost live. Okay. Thanks, everybody. We're live. It's the pre-show where we talk about what we're going to do on the show. David's talking about birds. Let's
I
talk
wasn't
about
talking
birds.
about birds. You
You
were
were
just
talking
telling us.
about birds. Dude, don't
You
lie.
you were talking about how
birds.
lovely your backyard is and
It
how
is
you get to
lovely.
listen to the sounds of nature.
It is lovely. It is. What is that noise?
That is because my
Oh, you
mute
sharing
was
the
not
show?
on. Yeah, I'm sharing the
Sharing
show
the
out.
show. You don't have to say it like that.
But
You don't say it like
but
that. I
the only
appreciate you sharing the show out.
there aren't many night or
Night
birds that
birds.
are owls
Isn't that'd be a
primarily.
good name for a band? Night
Night
bird.
birds.
Isn't there a night bird?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Is
there's
that
a
a
night. I'm pretty
band
sure there's a
already?
Nightbird Transformer.
Somebody will
There
get
is a
me.
night
Oh
bird
yeah, there is a
transformer.
Nightbird Transformer. That's where I know that.
She Generation 1, she was a robot created by humans.
Yeah, she was the
stolen by the
ninja.
Decepticons.
She was a ninja. That's right.
Yeah.
Because ninjas were so fucking cool in the 80s for some reason that everybody had to have a fucking ninja.
Because Western civilization was scared of Japan. Because
Was that
Japan was
really
buying. Because
We're like,
Japan was.
you can't fuck with us, Japan. We've got ninjas too. No, I'm sure that was not the propaganda at the time. We've got ninjas too.
Well,
Japan.
in the
Don't
80s,
fuck
they
with
were
us.
worried
Well,
about the Japanese buying up everything.
That's true.
I've seen
we were.
American Ninja, so we did have ninjas
We
too.
did have. You're right. Oh my God, he's not wrong. We had
American
literally
Ninja
a
1
movie
through what 6 or
called
whatever.
American Ninja. It was a franchise. We're still waiting on Taylor, but
American Ninja.
we missed last week because of Easter. We're very religious, right? Anyway, a bunch of quick hits. DC round robin final four. All the fashion of the Hellfire Gala. Man, the numbers are just going down in the chat as I'm saying what we're going to do on the show. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. IDW has 9 new books announced. Reaching for Air is what I call this, trying to last gasp. Moon Knight, episode 3 and 4. The show kind of lost me. It's still interesting, but it's like, oh my gosh, really? Is this really where we're going? Food news. David, this will actually be an update of news that I believe you and I spoke about, just you and I on the show at one point. Very
Looking forward to that.
groundbreaking news. A cutting edge the celebrity news reporter Doja Cat broke this at the news conference called Coachella. Moment of destruction. Hasbro's hiking prices. We'll talk about it. And Beast Wars annual. Oh my gosh. It was such a... Did you even read it?
Oh yeah, I read it. I didn't hate it.
Big disappointment to me, man. Anyway, we got a comment. Let's see the first comment. Andy, thanks for stopping by, Andy.
Good evening to you, Andy.
Good evening to you, Andy. So yeah, that's what we're doing on the show. Anything else you guys want to talk about tonight?
No.
The chat, I'm sure, will have
sounds good.
something. We're still waiting on Taylor. So yeah,
Paging Taylor.
let's get
Paging
into
Taylor.
it. let's get into it.
Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Herman.
Bunch of goddamn nerds.
It's true.
Nerds!
I don't know why that cracks me up so much. It does.
At least he's not a thumb in this one.
It really cracks me up. Oh man, that guy's been in so many good things. You always bring up the commercial where he's a thumb.
Because it's
He
terrifying.
probably got paid more money for that damn thumb commercial.
He probably did.
Greetings, Geek.
I still believe that the
Here we
reviews
go.
for Mobius was better than the movie itself.
I'm sorry,
what,
Andy.
for
Why would you
Morbius?
do that to yourself?
Why did you torture yourself? You could have gone and seen The Northman.
Why
Go
would
see
you-
everything, everywhere, all at once. You will not regret it. You
Man, don't calm
literally
down,
regret
Dave.
Morbius.
I don't see the problem with Morbius. I haven't seen it yet.
The
I don't
problem
see
with
it
Morbius is it's Jared Leto.
I don't know why everybody hates on Jared Leto either, man. God, the dude's just doing what the dude does.
Very badly.
Just
So?
a pretentious
How's he
asshole,
keep getting
man.
jobs? He's a Hollywood person. Of course, he's a pretentious asshole.
I know.
I don't get it. I don't get
Until he
But he
Speaking of
projects
movies-
it more.
it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, it's our Geekery's Comic Book Shit Talk Show.
Shit Talk Show!
Gomer, Adam Normal, a.k.a. David. Taylor still... he's usually not late. He's usually like wizard on fucking time, though. So we'll see what happens. Segment 1, what did we do this week? I watched The Batman.
Man, I've been meaning to watch this. I've just
See,
been
it
busy
was.
all
See.
week.
The Batman. It said... I don't want to be negative, but I don't want to be positive either. because it set out to do exactly what it meant to do. It was this intrigue and mystery and this dark side
Riddle
of
me
the
this,
Waynes, you
Batman.
know, and
What's my
of
safe
the
word?
of the aristocracy of Gotham, and it worked. It was kind of like Hush-esque, you know.
That's what I keep hearing.
I hate Hush. I'm not a fan of
Yep.
Hush.
So it's just not for you.
It's just not for me. But again, the Batman set out to do exactly what it meant to do, and it did it quite well for 3 hours, but it still did it. It did it. If I am going to say something negative,
Hey,
yeah,
that's
3
DC's thing.
hours.
That's DC's thing. You know, they
I felt I'd
3
watch it
hour,
twice.
4 hour movies.
It was a
what they
3-hour
do.
tour.
Yeah, I
A
agree,
3-hour
Ramon.
tour.
Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it was decent, watchable. Yeah, honestly, I prefer my Batman like a little bit silly. If
Me
you take
too,
Batman
honestly.
too
Boy,
seriously, it ruins Batman because he's
you
a
missed the
terrible
trailer
guy.
that they released on Twitter today that features Adam West in the Batman.
Oh, I bet that is good. No, I hadn't seen that.
It's great. I'll send you a link
Josh
to it
stopped
later.
by. Thank you, Josh. I didn't mind Morbius. I was entertained. That's all I can ask for. There you go. I hadn't seen it yet, so I'm not going to
Are
comment.
you not entertained?
And I'm definitely not going to agree with the internet just because the internet says so. Taylor finally blessing us. Hey, man.
Hi,
how's it
Taylor.
going?
Hey, sorry,
What's
I got
up,
caught
Taylor?
up on something.
Nah, it's all good. We were just talking. I saw the Batman finally. And,
Gomer was talking mad shit about you.
No, I wasn't. It was
It's okay. It's not like I value Gomer's opinion.
exactly. And my comments on the Batman, Taylor, were I don't want to say anything negative, anything positive. It set out to do exactly what it wanted to do. It was
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's just not my Batman. I don't like my Batman like this. I think if you take Batman too seriously, it kind of ruins Batman.
Like, I guess if your Batman is the detective Batman, this was probably the best of the movies for you personally. But
yes.
it is a slog, I will say. Like,
it's 3 hours.
I can normally sit through a 3-hour movie, I think, no problem. But I felt these 3 hours.
But it was good, you know, the whole backstory, the aristocracy, you know, and the intrigue and the conspiracy. That was, you know, kind of fun. And, you know, I got it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Ramon, I mean, Adam West Batman was great, but it was released. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to set yourself in that era to understand what is actually going on. And even if you do that, it's still, I mean, not great. But, I mean, if you look at the Tim Burton Batman with Keaton, that shit wasn't, you know, like dark and brooding like a lot of people love their Batman. It still had this, you know, fantasy whimsy sort of to it, you know?
Yeah.
Both the Tim Burton Batman movie and the Adam West Batman movie, they're both the type of campy schlock that came out of the era that they were made in, you know?
Yeah, for sure, dude. Colin Farrell, man, so he should have won something for that. I really thought he did something well. He probably did.
If I didn't know that was Colin Farrell, I never would have put it together.
Oh, yeah, dude. I thought it was best.
They went through a whole lot of process to make Colin Farrell look like another actor.
And I think that's also, this movie especially says something about Batman, how, like, it's almost unique in the way how Batman is all of these different things. You know what I mean? Like, he's like 5 or 6 different characters in one. You know? He's just so broad of a character.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you could do anything you want with Batman. He can be dark. He can be comedic. He could do anything. He's very flexible character.
Yeah. What'd you guys do? Anything fun this week that you want to mention? Are we doing news?
Non-nerd things.
Those are boring as fuck.
Sorry.
I want to talk about mowing the grass.
I went to go see Sonic, and I went to go see what else did I go see? Oh, I went to go see the new Nicolas Cage movie, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, how was the new Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah. I heard the new Nick Cage movie is like an homage to Nick Cage in like the best way.
It was very meta. Like he has like an inner voice that's like 90s Nick Cage, like doing all like this hyper schlocky Nick Cage acting, and it was really fun.
That's cool. Yeah, I really want to see that, man. There's a lot of movies out that I want to see right now.
Like, it takes a while to get going, but the chemistry between Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal is like the best part of the movie.
Cool. Yeah, I really want to see that, man. All right, let's do news. Man, I was doing grass today, and my throat is not feeling it. All right, dude, there was a ton of quick hits, and if anybody wants to comment on any of these, including the comments, feel free. Charlemagne the God is writing for AWA.
Cool.
Yeah, that is cool. All Out Avengers, yet another Avengers ongoing has been announced. That's 4 now. That's 4.
Do we not know what he's writing at AW? You just know that he's writing something?
Yeah, these are all really quick hits.
Oh, okay.
Dan Didio is joining Frank Miller's comic line. I didn't even know Frank Miller had a comic line.
That's news to me.
I didn't know Dan Didio was still working. Also,
Well, he's got to work. He's got to work somewhere.
He couldn't get into
I
Dan
don't know. He
Didio
probably-
now waiting tables.
He probably made enough money that he honestly doesn't need to be working. At this
You're
point.
probably not wrong. And if he wanted to, he could probably just do cons his whole life and just talk.
Yeah.
And get
So
paid.
I haven't
You're
heard
not
anything
wrong.
out of him in a long time. I guess is the bottom line there.
A new Exterminator series with Dazzler, Jubilee, Wolverine, and Boom Boom.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
Leia
mini.
Williams and
It's a
Carlos
new mini.
Gomez.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. Ram V and Raphael Albuquerque are doing Detective Comics starting on 1062.
That sounds
I
awesome.
actually saw something on Twitter about that.
That's going to be rad.
Raphael
Yeah.
Albuquerque posted some artwork that
No.
looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't.
That seems right up Ram V's alley. It seems like the type of
Eh.
book he'd excel with.
It's kind of bittersweet because really we've been ignoring the current Detective
Well,
Comics.
that's true.
I've been
Current
reading
Detective
it.
Comics
Good.
has been.
I
pretty
have.
solid
I've
from
been
there.
ignoring the hell out of it. and
I've been
I
reading it, and
shouldn't.
it's been good, but it's been so under the radar.
Yeah,
that-
dude. Yeah. Remember when Tynion was writing that book and it was like the best Batman book ever?
Yeah.
With the whole Bat family and fucking Clayface. Just, oh, it was great. Anyway, Matt Kent's getting his own imprint at Dark Horse. That's pretty cool. Kevin
Hey.
Conroy is writing a short story in DC's Pride 2022.
That's cool.
Dreamer's coming to DC. And new Justice Society books are going to drop. A bunch of one-shots leading up to the Black Adam movie. That's all I got for the quick hits. Any comments on any of those? Nothing? That's good. Kevin Conroy in DC's Pride. A lot of people did not realize that Kevin Conroy was gay, and it has changed their opinions on Batman the Animated Series all of a sudden. I'm like, wow, that's weird.
Oh, really?
That's
all of a sudden,
weird.
it's not a classic.
That's odd. Yeah, it was more than I thought I'd see. But
I mean,
anyway.
he's the definitive voice of Batman. I mean,
Oh, dude.
unimpeachable.
It's the voice I hear when I'm reading the book.
And if
There's
you
a lot
say otherwise, that's just exposing your homophobia, really.
Most of the books I read.
Not
I don't
Adam
really-
West.
No, I
Of
don't
course
hear
not.
it,
What a
no.
stupid thing to say,
No.
David. But anyway,
It's hard to read in Adam West's voice, like trying to read in Shatner's fucking voice, dude. It's hard. It's difficult. But
I just imagine Seth MacFarlane's doing it.
oh, for sure, Josh. I mean, there's nothing's gonna scar that ever. I mean,
No.
they're still doing shit on it. There's still elements of that being
Actually-
used, and not just Harley. Like minutia from that spawned out of there. That's still canon in everything now. The comics, the movies. It's amazing.
Actually, they had a thing posted on Twitter today where Kevin Conroy read the script from The Dark Knight at the end of it, where it was Gordon and Batman having the exchange where, if you live long enough, you become the villain.
Yeah.
That was
Oh.
absolutely great.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I'm a big fan of all that shit. They should keep doing it. All right, round robin, final four. We went from the bottom, and then we went here. Some dark horses. The Superboy book I thought was definitely a dark horse. Some favorites I think that really should have gotten some votes. Man, I'm really pissed
Pretty
that
much-
other Green Lantern book didn't go. Man,
Didn't
but-
we
missed that
pretty
Animal
much
Man
agree
book
on like
didn't go.
almost all the like the horror, the mystical DC books were going to make it to the top 4.
right now, here's our 4, and you're almost right. The 2 dark books definitely made it. We have Constantine the Demon, Vacation from Hell. It's going to be Frank Allen and art by Nick Varela. I actually have images of all these. Constantine the Demon, Vacation. And you can read it. Go ahead and read those, Dave.
Arcane Guile meets Hellish Fury. John Constantine is forced
No,
to
come
play.
on, do it like you
David,
really
come
mean
on.
it.
Bring the energy.
I
You know you
know.
want to.
I don't
It's
want
like
to bring
you're-
the energy right now.
You're
Okay,
reading
fuck
it
you,
like
fine,
it's a
okay.
phone number.
You-
Arcane
like,
Guile
you
meets
put me-
Hellish Fury. John Constantine is forced to play host to Etrigan the Demon, and the pair embark on a deeply personal and potentially apocalyptic mission. Journeying back home to Liverpool, Constantine must confront ghosts from his past, and Etrigan isn't exactly his first choice for an ally.
That sounds boring. I'm sorry. That's great though.
This is probably the best
Taylor.
of the remaining 4, honestly.
It really does sound the best, but that's a very nice cover.
Some of my
there. Really
favorites
good cover.
got chopped off in this last
Oh,
round.
dude, you and me both. All right, here's Suicide Squad Dark. This is going to be
A
Zach-
team of occult misfits
Hold on,
and
let
monsters
me-
assembled by Amanda Waller.
Oh, you can't come in here with the energy now that Taylor's
Oh, I'm okay.
upstaged
to a
you.
mind-melting suicide mission to assassinate Earth 15's League of Shadow.
Taylor has persuaded him the best way with peer pressure and mocking. This book is going to be created by Zach Thompson and art by Gary Brown. I'm okay with this book. It's
I
not
mean,
my
it's fine.
favorite.
I mean, it seems like a popcorn comic, you know.
Yeah,
I love some Frank, man. God, I love Frankenstein.
I do love me some Frank,
He's awesome.
but
Who
I
wrote that book? Was
probably
there
would
a-
not buy this book.
What was that New
Just throw that
52
out.
book? Was there a New 52?
There was a
There
New
was. It was a
52,
Frankenstein book.
It was
Frankenstein and
great.
the Agents of Shade. It was
It
great.
was really good. Moving on. Green Lantern, The Light at the End of Forever. Cy Spurrier and art by Marco Santucci. Dave.
All right, Adam, you're up.
Take it away, Adam. Gomer gets the last one.
You saved the Superboy book for me.
Yep.
You're not going to do it? You don't have to.
A dark future, a galaxy gripped by tyranny, when an elderly farmer in a backwater system is brutalized by the latest thugs with jetpacks and jackboots.
Are you
to
doing like
call
Macho
themselves
Man
lawmen.
Randy Savage?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Okay.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
He remembers a forgotten past, an era of champions, a cadre of noble peacekeepers, long since vanished. His name, he is sure of it, John Stewart.
Oh, yeah, I got you for 2 minutes, Spider. All right.
Snap
There's
it to
your
a
cover.
Slim Jim.
All right, so this is just
Alright.
Green Lantern the end. I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad premise. Just, you know,
Doesn't. It's just not very appealing to me.
it doesn't jump out to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't
the
jump
other
out
Green
to
Lan-
me, and I kind of have enough of John Stewart right now.
Oh,
He's
thank you.
he's been he's taken over the main Green Lantern book, and honestly, he's the least interesting part of it.
He is.
All of the Joe and the Teen Lantern and the Simon stuff, that stuff's really interesting.
Simon is
but-
awesome. I mean, dude, every other Green Lantern even Guy
Oh, I love
is
Guy.
more interesting than fucking John. He's just
Kyle's always going to be my Green Lantern,
Yeah,
but
of
we really
course.
do have like a diverse sampling of Green Lanterns at this point, you know?
yeah. We got so many.
But
All right, last one.
So much John. lately.
Superboy, the man of tomorrow, determined to find his place in a strange universe. Connor Kent, Superboy, leaves Earth behind. But his journey of self-discovery brings him face to face with a group of freedom fighters who challenge not just everything Connor stands for, but what it means to bear the Superman crest. That's going to be written by Kenny Porter and art by Jahoni Lindsay. Fans will begin to still vote until the 19th. No, that opens at the 19th.
I mean, the Superboy
Close your
one
eyes,
sounds
like shotgun.
I mean,
Right?
it sounds fine. It sounds like you could have some interesting story there, but I'm bitter
Yeah.
against this one because it beat out my favorite.
This one has my vote just for Gomer's voice.
Superboy, the Kryptonian Rick.
Redneck
there's
Superman.
There's how everything went. This cyborg story sounded really cool, right? And sort of an internet leaning, right? And then Superboy was going up against. This was my pick to win it all. Green Lantern, the conspiracy or some shit. It had
Yeah, I mean,
Alan Scott.
yeah,
Alien.
That one sounded really cool.
yeah, this was my pick of the litter to be sure, but I guess just Alan Scott doesn't have as much name recognition as Superboy. That probably helped. Like, it was a fairly close vote, it looks like, and
Yeah, it was the closest of all the votes from what I can see. They got the percentages just above the win there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that really sucks, dude. That really sucks. Oh well. So one of those is going to be the next book that DC publishes. Robin's that won the last round. Robin is just rapping, and it's not been great. It's not been very good at all. So that's what democracy gets you, y'all. All right. Here's another angle. Let's not move away from the round robin. Okay. I have read some stuff online that's calling this contest out in sort of a unique angle. Some of the creators involved in this, this stressed them the fuck out.
Yeah, I could imagine so.
Yeah. and that was a unique angle I sort of picked up on Twitter, and that's where everybody gets all their bullshit anymore. But this is no way to run a fucking comic book publisher. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's one thing to have your boss say, "No, fuck you, I'm not doing that." It's another thing for all of the planet Earth to say, "No, fuck you, I'm not doing that."
Or sure, let's go ahead and kill Robin.
Yeah, it's like a reality show almost, you know. And
You
I mean,
the weakest
if
link.
these were all things that were not going to make it past the editors in the first place, I guess that's as good a way to handle it as any. But
Yeah.
I can definitely understand how it's probably not great for the creative process to A, not know if you're going to be doing it in the first place because it has to go through the contest first, and B, if you're like one of the people in these like last rounds who loses out, that's got to be extra frustrating because, you know, it seems like there's some fan support, but it's probably never going to see the light of the day unless you win the contest.
they ain't gonna get paid, right? If the book ain't made, right?
Probably not.
Seems sinister. If you put it in that light, Gomer, yeah, it's really dark and sinister. Moving on to something really bright and fancy. Russell Dauterman has all of his designs ready, all 11 of his designs for the upcoming second annual Hellfire Gala thrown by Emma Frost. I'm so excited. Wolverine. This is going to hit stands in June. Do you want me to quote all of Russell Dauterman's like fashion?
No, I don't think we're ever going to
I
get through
think
it
I'm
if we do
okay
that.
on that.
It's a lot.
I do say I think I like this one better than her last year outfit.
Yeah, me too. She's come up. And I know we missed it, but she got adamantium bones now because Proteus doesn't understand his X-Men lore. Did y'all read that?
Fucking Proteus, yeah.
Classic Proteus, right? Oh, my bad. All right, hold on. We got a comment. Yeah, that's a dope design. I think so too, man. Let's go back to Wolverine. Yeah. Oh, them boots. She got the little claws on the boots.
I think the punk look suits her, you know.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
so.
Yeah.
You got Jubilee in my Wolverine.
Too. Yeah. Moving on to Scarlet
I
Witch.
really like this Scarlet Witch.
Pretty
Yeah.
classic look.
Pretty classic
That's
look.
cool, and I'm hoping that they keep like kind of the galaxy print hair thing going on here.
Yeah, I gotta talk. I gotta mention the shoes. Just the attention to detail there from the creators. That's just really, really cool. I'm just gonna come out and say it. The shoes are dope. Now, hands down, the winner of the best look of the night,
Oh wow.
Dr. fucking Doom. I mean,
Look at
Dr.
that
fucking
hood.
Doom ain't showing up anywhere without his drip all over the fucking
know.
stage,
Oh,
man.
Mr. Sinister is going to be so jealous of that kid.
dude, if that's not pointed out in the book, yes, that's in my notes for this one. Yeah, I know, man. I know, Josh. It's wild. Doom's gonna have like a posse with him. He's gonna have 3 or 4, you know, Latvarian henchmen,
Doombots.
maybe Doombots. I don't know. Moving on to someone who looks like they're just getting back from the gym, which I guess is an okay look.
I mean, this is an okay look, but it looks like something she'd just wear in her own comic, you know? This
Yeah,
doesn't look like a
exactly.
special occasion outfit for her.
Yeah, and we've seen designs of She-Hulk in better outfits.
I agree, man.
That being said, I mean, it is probably harder to do this for She-Hulk. Like, kind of, it's probably harder to do it for people like Emma Frost because they're always getting, you know, their fashion on.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. She kind of got like the genie pants going. I don't know if that's fashion or what. It seems more like appropriation. She's appropriating Middle East fashion. Anyway, just dripping with
Show off
thirst.
them abs. Yeah.
Dripping with thirst. I mean, thirst trap. What? They
This
even
is
got-
just like his regular costume with.
It really is. Just he took his shirt off. No
on.
shit. Yeah, he just said, "No, watch this." Did the Hulkamaniac.
You want some gumbo? Some jambalaya?
Yeah,
I
could
got a
you
little bit of
imagine-
boudin down here.
You imagine this just hunk of a man walks up to you. He's like, "All right, what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, hey, dog, how you going there, man? I'm gonna get her." All right, moving on. Black Widow, classic. I don't know if I like it. It's certainly her character. You know, you're showing Black Widow, but
It's appropriate for the character, yeah.
it feels. I don't know.
It doesn't stand out in this crowd, to be
How
sure.
is she going to fight in a skirt?
Yeah,
A pencil skirt.
No, I'm okay with the outfit as is. It just looks more like superhero-y, less like fancy ballish.
But she's
Yeah, it
always
looks like she's going to work
always
right
rocking
now.
a cat suit.
Yeah, I don't know. It does fit for sure, but I have some problems with it.
I will say I do like the spike heels.
Oh, for sure. Yo, the heels are dope. Heels are great. All right, moving on. Spider-Man, Peter Parker getting. I think it's going to be
That's
Peter.
cool.
I think
like
it's going to
that
be
costume.
fucking Peter. There's so many Spider people walking around now. I'm sure it's Peter though, right?
Are you sure that's Peter? That might be Miles.
Yeah, it's Miles Colors.
I mean, if this is Peter, what's really sad is that this is so much cooler looking than that white costume they were putting him in, like the streaming costume from a few years back.
Oh god.
It was wild. Yeah. So yeah, I like it, but yeah, it works for him because he's still supposed to have a secret identity, maybe, even though everybody knows who he is. How you gonna eat dessert? How you gonna have hors d'oeuvres at the ball?
I'm
It's a
pretty.
meal.
You just lift the mask up halfway. He
Oh,
does it all the
that's-
time when he's making
I
out with
hate
ladies.
that. It's true. Havoc getting an invite. He got an invite last year, but he did not go because of team drama. Remember that?
No, he did go. They crashed the party.
Oh,
right?
that's right. He went, and everyone was like, "No, fuck this. We're going too." Kind of traditional. Good look for him. He looks kind of like a biker, like a futuristic biker guy. You know, the leather.
He almost kind of looks like he's in Tron without like
Yeah.
quite as much glowy strips on him, I guess.
Yeah.
Tell me what
actually
your name
watched-
is, program.
I watched Tron. Now, Dr. Doom, definitely best look overall. This look, my favorite look overall for a mutant, and it's Bobby Iceman, just a dreamsicle.
That's pretty
He's
good.
going technically, basically, he's going naked, right? He's just making a suit out of ice,
I mean, if you go by that logic, he fights Prime naked as well.
naked, just like Human Torch, right? He just got some underwear. I
I
don't
think
know.
his suit's flammable.
It's a fine
flamethrower.
line. It's a fine line. Anyway, gorgeous look. I love that. Next up, Sync. Not terrible.
I like it better than his last year look.
Yeah, I don't understand the high collar and the short sleeves. You got to pick a direction. You can't have both. That's just me, maybe, but high collar, long sleeves, short collar, short sleeves. I mean, that's a high fucking collar, man.
That
That
is.
is a high collar.
That's a
What?
good pop right there.
Yeah, no shit. That is a good pop. Maybe
That's
that's
a-
what they're going for. Finally, Magic, who is just going all out. She's just
Of
no
course.
fucks given in
She's
this
just leaning
outfit.
all the way into it, you know.
She's got a sword with her. I don't know
Always.
if that's part of the costume, if that's an accessory. But she's got a tail. Full Dark Child, man. Full on Dark Child pantsuit. I don't know what to say. There's some good ones, and then there's ones like this that I'm just like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Shouldn't these be more fashion? I mean, that's not fashion to me. That's maybe the Krakoa, maybe Daughterman with this is trying to create Krakoan fashion. Is that what's happening?
I don't
Maybe.
know.
I'm not sure about that angle, but I will say that characters like Wolverine and Magic here, and even Black Widow, they look very in character with these costumes.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, Magic showing up full on goth chick here is entirely appropriate for who she is, but
She would totally do that. Yep.
yeah, I totally agree that Doctor Doom definitely had the
Oh, for
best
sure.
look.
Oh God, Dr. Doom.
Love the fur, love the
Yeah.
Like- embellishment on the. Yeah, it's good shit.
All right. That's your. We'll talk more about that when it happens. I'm really excited. IDW has announced 9 original titles. Let's get through these. They're losing TF and Joe, so to make up for it, they're going creator owned.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Hey, Snyder, that's a big name.
I think that's a good idea. Exactly. Scott Snyder and Hayden Sherman doing Dark Spaces Wildfire. It's a thriller. Follows a group of female inmate firefighters deep into the smoldering California hills where their desperate heist of a burning mansion will lead them to the score of a lifetime. That sounds fucking cool.
That does sound
Yeah.
cool.
That sounds
yeah.
really cool, dude.
Yeah, because that actually is very topical for nowadays.
For sure. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Trove Cult, a 5-issue miniseries. Scott Bryan Wilson, Liana Congas. Introduces Marty Tarantella, a down-on-his-luck loser whose last-ditch scheme to escape a lifetime of fast food service sets him on a collision course with a cult of violent, devil-worshipping lunatics. Sounds like a little, comedy horror sort of thing.
Sounds very clerkish to me if you watch the
nice.
cartoon.
Nice. Moving on, Crashing, 5-issue mini, Matthew Klein, art by Morgan Beam. Open the door to an emergency room filled with casualties of a superhuman war where Rose Osler, a doctor on her own path of addiction and recovery, faces the most dangerous day of her medical career. I'm hooked. I'm sold. That
That
sounds
does sound
fucking
interesting.
cool, dude. That sounds really cool. Earth Divers, ongoing. Stephen Graham Jones with art by David Jean Felice. Unites 4 indigenous survivors in an apocalyptic near future as they embark on a bloody one-way mission to save the world by traveling back in time to kill Christopher Columbus
Oh
and
my gosh,
prevent
that
the
sounds
creation of
amazing.
America.
That's interesting. That's
awesome.
really interesting.
Dude.
I'm gonna have to get this one.
That sounds. I'm on all these so far, man. Even that cult one. It sounds, interesting enough to pick up issue 1. Dead Seas, a 6. Let me pull up the. There it is. A 6-issue miniseries. Kevin Scott, he's writing some of the Star Wars shit right now. Nick Brokenshire transforms a cynical convict into a reluctant hero when he's trapped on a sinking prison ship swarming with ghosts. Can he unite criminals, pirates, and brutal guards as they try to escape a watery grave?
I like the idea of that one, but that art didn't really sell me.
No,
I'm
it
not-
doesn't
I'm not
sell.
I
gonna
honestly
lie.
thought it was like a Johnny Quest poster or something when you first
Yeah.
brought it up.
That does look like Johnny Quest.
Yes, it does. It looks very 60s Johnny Quest.
Gogoltha Motor Mountain, a 5-issue miniseries. Matthew Ehrman and Lonnie Nadler, art by Ryan Lee. High-octane redneck motor massacre about 2 meth-cooking brothers and their attempt to make it home in one piece as all manner of cosmic alien horrors are hot on their trail.
That sounds ridiculous.
Fun.
I'll pick up an issue of that just to
Yeah, I mean,
what the
there's
hell
a
that is.
lot of moving pieces on that one. It sounds
That's
like.
a lot, dude. I can't even keep up. Arca, this sounds pretty good. Original graphic
That's
novel by
cool.
Van Jensen, art by Jesse Lonergan, leaves a dying Earth behind as billionaires establish a luxurious new society out among the stars, tended to by teenage indentured servants. But one girl discovers that the good life promised for their years of servitude was a lie. Then this is right up David's alley, and I love hearing him talk about sci-fi books like this. So yeah,
Sounds
I'm
up
all
your
in.
alley too. Got some
I
social
really-
commentary going on there.
Yeah, I really dig that sort of shit too. But what's that one Matt Damon movie? Sounds like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Elysium.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like Elysium with a twist. Anyway, moving on. 2 more. Sin Bin, 6-issue miniseries. Robbie Thompson with art by Molly Murakami hits the road with washed-up hockey player Dale Dukes Duquesne, who moonlights as a monster hunter during away games with his daughter Kat in tow, hoping to find their mother's killer.
So Happy Gilmore meets Monster Squad.
It's Happy Gilmore meets Supernatural.
Supernatural, yeah.
That sounds pretty interesting, actually.
It sounds so wild, dude. But yeah, I'm all over that. Hunger. I mean, they say write about what you love and what you know. So this dude's like, how about hockey and monsters? Hunger and the Dusk, 12-issue. G. Willow Wilson,
Oh,
cool.
art by Chris Wildgoose, upends an age-old conflict between humans and orcs by introducing a new, deadlier species. Fragile alliances form and unexpected romances blossom as former enemies wade into battle together to save their 2 races.
Ooh,
That sounds
it's a
cool.
fantasy romance book. That sounds interesting.
Dude, it's more than just romance, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna. She could go so many directions. With
Oh yeah,
that.
there's so many.
And this is another one with a really good writing pedigree. Yeah, with G.
Yeah.
Willow there.
So
but-
man, 9 new books.
Yeah, I mean, all of them are things I definitely would consider getting, and I feel like at least 4 or 5 of them are like I'm for sure getting that first issue. You know?
Yeah,
I will
dude.
definitely try to get all 9 first issues and then go from there.
Yeah,
IDW
I mean,
really needed to do this because, like we said earlier, they're losing all of their licenses pretty much. They're
say
losing.
what you want about Transformers and GI Joe comics.
They
all
pay
right?
the bills.
A comic does not carry every month 3, but most times 4 variant covers. Every month. GI Joe and Transformers both carry multiple variant covers. You just don't do that every month on an issue 30. Unless people are buying them. And I know people who buy GI Joe and Transformers because they've always bought GI Joe and Transformers since they were a little kids. Hobbs did.
That's why
That's
I buy G.I.
Adam-
Joe and
Adam.
Transformers.
Adam's that guy. Anyway, Moon Knight. We're talking about episode 3 and 4, the friendly type, and episode 4 was the Tomb. The Tomb was just a blow you out of the fucking water episode with an ending that, I mean, I shit bricks, dude, because they were leaning hard onto the Lemire run. They just dove right into the Lemire run in this.
Yeah,
basically, yeah. Go ahead, dude.
We were talking back on week 1, right? That we kind of wish they had started him in the insane asylum, kind of like the Lemire run did. But now we have gotten there. You know, we have. They're really playing with the premise,
but yeah, it's still really exciting though.
Yeah.
We get to meet all these other gods. Everyone's pretty sure Boss showed up in here, the Wakandan Panther god, but we're not really sure. I don't think it was actually confirmed. We got Alexander the Great, which is cool, bringing in a lot of that, Egyptian colonization sort of stuff, but doing it subtly.
Yeah, and then he ripped his throat
Oh, hey,
out.
Drew, thanks for coming by, bro. Man, Drew is freaking awesome. He's got Comic Core. You still doing Comic Core, Drew? Go check them out on YouTube. That's a great channel. But yeah, they brought in the Alexander the Great and the sort of, I mean, they did. They brought in the colonizing angle.
They totally did.
It wasn't in your face, but it's definitely there. And then just shit hits the fan, Mark, Steven get shot, and then there's two of them.
I'm tired of being teased with Jake here.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely Jake in here.
Oh, 1,000%, yeah.
And at one point, they both black out. They both have no idea how a thing happened. Yeah, that's Jake.
Well, yeah, that was so I guess going chronologically here, in episode 3, that was definitely Jake stabbing those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of an interesting dynamic, right? Where we have Mark, who's like the main personality. He's kind of like, I guess, in a sense, the balanced one in a weird way.
Yeah.
Then we have Steven, who's the pacifist. And it is annoying that Steven is continuously like fucking things up with his pacifism, but you get it because like he's the part of Mark that like hates what he does.
I mean, and you could say he's the pacifist. I was calling him the brains by the last episode.
Oh, that's for sure.
Without
Yeah.
him, they'd be stuck. They'd be fucked without
He definitely
him.
pulled his weight for sure. But then you have Jake, who they haven't actually named yet, but he is the one who is all about that violence.
Yeah.
He's the most unhinged one. And
they're
probably
they're taking so long to introduce him that by the time they do introduce him, are they going to have enough time to really explain?
That's a good point. If they don't unleash him in this next episode, and honestly pretty fairly early on into it, there's just not going to be enough time for that to breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Because at some point, they're all going to have to be working together.
Right. We have to have that Spider-Man No Way Home moment.
Yes, that's the only thing that's going to make this show work. Because they keep, I mean, for a while, they were doing it to the audience, making the audience have this conflict. And now it's been the conflict amongst the characters. Now that the characters both understand and are basically out to each other. You know what I mean? And accepting of the other. Then they have their bickering. Now, at the end of this last episode, the Tomb, when they find that hug, when they found each other. You know what I mean? That was like a huge moment in the fucking show. Not just the episode, the series. It was huge moment because
I mean, they're in a situation where all they have is each other now.
Yes, exactly, man. And I was kind of pissed when they skipped Jake, because he's in there. I can help. Come on, let me out.
I don't know if that's what he was saying. But
yeah, he was saying something close. But yeah, they're not going to be happy when he shows up. But he's going to be the one who ends up helping everybody and saving the fucking day. He might end up killing Layla in the process. That's just my prediction. But they're all eventually going to have to still live with each other, But yeah, it's definitely going all in. This was great.
I love this. Yeah.
Finally, they spent some money on CGI. It's about time. It is a Marvel fucking show. Come on, guys. But yeah, I'm still all in.
Yeah, it was a great stinger to end on. Like the hippo shows up and she has a goofy voice, or at least one that you were not expecting. So
right, yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. I can't wait to see what's going to happen moving forward. I mean, they ran through like the first 2 arcs of Jeff Lemire's run in like 2 minutes in this. They really did. It went really fast. But yeah, still in. We'll talk about the penultimate episode next week. So it's a little short run, and then it's fucking Skywalker, baby. Oh my god, I can't wait. Food news.
Yummy.
We did it.
Yay!
We did it. Environment be damned. The trash that will fill up landfills and be there forever be damned. We got our Mexican pizzas back.
Woohoo! We did it.
We did it, y'all.
We fought this war and we succeeded.
That's right. I mean, we can't win anything else. I mean, equal pay, no.
No. But we can
healthcare
bully fast
can't
food
do it.
chains into bringing back
A popular menu item that they left.
overpriced.
This is
Oh,
hands
it's-
down the saddest food news segment we have ever done.
It is sad. It is. It's really sad, but I'm gonna order one this week and cry while I'm eating it.
Me too,
But
man.
like a smile.
Are they
cry.
available now?
You have to go through DoorDash exclusively until I
that's
think
late.
the 28th, and then they'll be
Ah.
available. But you can only go through DoorDash. Yeah. Man, it's so good. Remember, Dave, we talked about this. Remember when they went
Yeah,
away?
it
We
was-
were
it was a
really
big
mad.
We were upset about this.
I was really upset.
But you could make one. You could make a copycat.
Yeah,
at
you
the
said that
house.
then too. I'm going to say the same thing I said to you then. Fuck you. I don't want to make a fucking Mexican pizza. I'm just going to go spend my $3.50. Go get a stupid
It's not going to be
More than
$3.50.
that.
It's not going to be $3.50 anymore.
Yeah, it's
No, I'm
gonna
going
be
to
like
get a
$5.
Get a
Yeah,
discount.
there'll be no
That's
dollar
why they-
menu item
That's
here.
why they took it away, because they could raise the price. All right, wait. We do have a moment of destruction. Hasbro is raising prices
Boo.
yeah.
again.
is
They raised
boo.
prices last year or the year before. They're talking about supply chain issues still, man.
mean,
They're
it
also
makes
talking about $100 million hit by stopping selling shit to Russia. I'm sorry, I get it, but in a way, it's like, who buying are like the soldiers buying fucking GI Joes and Transformers? Is that? I mean, it's little kids, right? You taking toys out of little kids to make a point about war. It just seems. I mean, I get it, but it seems counterintuitive to the actual overall goal here. So yeah, they're also talking about COVID-19 in some places, which yes is still a thing, even though America has stopped worrying about it. I get it. I understand that too. But that's my old lady's phone. Shut up. Oh, it's the neighbor. Swipe down to decline. I don't know how to use
Nah,
the
'cause
phone.
you didn't mow their grass too.
Nah, he's got his own lawnmower. Anyway, to improve product in stocks this holiday season versus last, we're advancing deliveries of key items so that we can ensure they're on hand. So this kind of seems to me like they're getting out in front of a problem that they think is going to happen with these supply chain issues. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hasbro shares rose 3.1% on that news. So fuck you, Hasbro. Kiss my ass. That's all I got to say. I'm still going to buy every stupid G.I. Joe classified figure you put out, but I am not going to like it.
Well, you're kind of the problem then, aren't you?
I am the problem. That's why I'm so mad. I am definitely the problem, dude.
I've been pretty stingy on my Transformer buying. I'm kind of at the point where I already have a version of pretty much every Transformer I want.
Yeah.
So it's got to be something special. It's got to be something.
Do you see that new Metroplex they announced?
Yeah, that's
Oh, it's
but-
ridiculous. It's like a Constructicon.
well,
I
it's
don't know.
from another. It's from like another line. It's like Robots
Yeah.
in Disguise or something.
Yeah. All right. Beast Wars Annual 2022. Sam Maggs, Lana Suvani, David Mariotti, and Philip Johnson. Nick Marino and Andrea Bell, covered by Ryan Miller.
Yep.
Go
three-
ahead, Adam.
It's three
give me
mini
30 seconds.
stories. Okay. It's 3 mini stories. The first one is Scold's No Good, Very Bad Day, which Scold is a semi-new character to this run, who is a Predacon who is getting bullied around the Predacon ship. But while Scold's getting bullied, Scold finds he gets locked into a prisoner's cell, and in that cell is a prisoner, and the prisoner kind of gives Scold a pep talk and makes Scold feel like Scold is worth something. And
So essentially, Scold is the kid from Deadpool 2.
Oh, there you go.
basically, but then
Kinda.
at the very end, Scold rips apart the guy's head and uses something from his head to unlock the door, goes out the door, throws the dude's head back in, and closes the door behind him. It's a really weird story.
This is so dumb.
I don't know what to think about it.
The next one was a Waspinator and Rhinox, right?
Next one was Waspinator and Winox, and they
That
were
was
playing
alright. That
Marco
was
Polo, but it was
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
They were both locked in a maze. Was Tarantulas' maze
Oh, Black Arachnia.
and Black Arachnia.
Oh, they were both there. Okay.
They were both there. Yeah,
Okay.
it was
And
pretty
then the
funny.
third one had
And then
the
the third
worst
one-
art. It's
The third one had the
terrible
worst art, but
Ugh.
I liked the joke of it the most.
art.
It's so basically imagine one of those campfire scenes from the X-Men where they're all just gathered around the campfire telling ghost stories.
Yeah.
But this one, Dinobot tells a ghost story, and the ghost story is essentially the plot of Beast Machines. I know Gomer hasn't
Okay. That's
hasn't
fine.
probably seen that show,
I have
but
not.
it is basically the plot of Beast Machines.
Oh,
They're
man,
talking
okay,
about
so-
Botanicus and clones.
This
and,
is a rare moment where I can understand a reference to a Transformers property that Gomer cannot.
No, I understood the I've never seen that show, but I
It
understand
was
the
bad.
names.
It
I know
was
some of the
pretty
names
bad.
from that show, and you know what I mean. I know the gist of it, but no, I never
Man,
got into
Beast
it, but-
Wars was like a mainstay thing for my family when I was growing up, and they're doing a sequel series. It's Beast Machines. Damn them! What have they done? They butchered it.
Well, they had to keep that tradition going after the G1 fuckers got Beast Wars.
So this idea of them like shitting all over it in this comic book, I really like that idea.
yeah,
So that was funny. So one out of the three stories was kind of
The
funny,
middle
even though
one.
the art was wonky. Out of
I
that
liked
one.
the middle one. It was
was
okay. The Optimus Prime, the Marco Polo. It was fun, but the art's just so cartoonish in this for me. Can't we have a decent drawing of these in any of them? I thought the annual was supposed to do a little bit of extra work.
I will say that cover looks pretty rad.
Yeah, I did
Oh, the
actually
cover's the
have.
best part.
Yeah, the cover was by far the best part. That is Ryan Miller. Look for more from him. That is a fantastic cover. 100%. That is great work. But you know another problem I have with this book? It was extra big, extra expensive, but at least 10 of the pages were a preview for the next issue of Beast Wars,
Oh,
which is free online.
That was ridiculous.
Dude, this book they were like padding it, So overall, it's just mediocre. I'm waiting for New Blood. I mean, I know I keep saying that every time we review that
Well,
shit, but I'm very excited for
IDW's
new
just
books.
spinning its wheels.
It
they're
really
just,
is.
They're just printing out what they got.
Wait for the summer, and they start having these one shots that go back and look at the old shit, and we'll get our Lost Light one shot, and More Than Meets the Eye one shot. Those are going to be good. Then it'll be like, oh man, I wish IDW still did this. Maybe not. Let's do top 3. Man, I don't know what the hell y'all even gonna talk about.
I was about to say, yeah, we have to put a massive asterisk on the top 3 this week.
The shop that we typically buy our books at did not have any Marvel books. Now I have other avenues to go down, and I don't consider it.
They said that
because I'm purchasing the books anyway.
They said they'll probably get them shipped in eventually, so I'm going to wait and give my shop my money.
Well, no,
but
I'm
yeah,
still going to purchase those titles.
oh for sure. But I'm just saying,
even though I stole them.
I'm just going to wait until I can get them at the shop. Is all I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
But that.
You want to go first?
Because they were not shipped the Marvel books. I got just DC on my list this week.
Nice.
It's
So-
very marvelous.
Now, at least one of these books
Episode.
probably would have been on my top 3 anyway, but the other 2 probably wouldn't have been. So I guess I'll start off with an honorable mention for, sorry, let me see which one I was going
Oh man,
for.
you're losing me.
Blue and Gold is a decent honorable mention. It's wrapping up this run. This run has been fun. It's been interesting
Fantastic.
seeing Dan Jurgens. Like he fits back into these characters really well. They work really well with like social media sensibilities. The big reveal about Black Beetle, I don't know if this is an established character or not, to be perfectly honest, but it was a decent way to cap off the series that you have like evil Booster Gold dressed up like Blue Beetle, Oh, fuck you. But,
He almost mentioned he was mentioned in Earth 3. He was like the Earth 3 version of Booster
yeah,
Gold.
apparently. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I'm glad.
I
don't-
loved that idea.
I don't know if
dude.
they've ever done that before. So yeah, that's a cool
This
pull.
was I don't know. 3 for me was really hard this week. This could have been 3 or an honorable mention really easily. 1 and 2 were really easy for me. This is my favorite part of the book. Why? The whole book has been they're connected to the internet. They're making money at the internet. That's what they're doing. But they have this moment where they go back to prehistoric times, beat the shit out of Black Beetle, and then they're like, hey, let's just hang out. with no internet for a while and kick it. And I was like, oh man,
That's a great
oh,
point.
that's cool. That's cool.
These guys are one of the best set of bros from anywhere in
Yeah.
comics, and it was cool to see them have their moment there.
I want to see the
that's a
book
good
come
point.
back. I definitely want another volume. It was really good.
They left it open for it.
No,
I
they
bet.
could just leave it open. They basically set it up.
Well, they
Batman
did
gave
the
them a
whole
bunch
like
of money.
yeah. I was actually wondering how you felt about that because I know that you hate Batman.
I'm okay with Batman giving his money away.
Well, there you go.
That's the one good thing he can do that I will never argue with, giving his money away.
I mean, he's really the hero of this story, you realize.
No, he's not. Stop. He's not. What was your number 3?
My number 3 is Trial of the Amazons, Wonder Girl number 2.
Cool. I did read this. I don't have any shots of this.
But that's a shame because the only reason it's my number 3 is because of the artwork.
Yeah,
I like the way that she broke down, like, there were 3 parallel stories going at the same time with Diana on the top with the other contestants at the bottom, and then Cassie breaking down the murder mystery in the middle. This murder mystery thing, they did a decent job, like, stringing it along in this issue, but overall it was just kind of like a meh thing.
Yeah.
But that being said, the artwork in this was fantastic. I loved watching Joelle Jones draw Themyscira. I loved her playing with the formatting here. It was it reminded me of how much I'm going to miss her Wonder Girl series.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully it comes back in some way, shape, or form because it was awesome. I'll go number 3 because I mean I'm sure Taylor's going to mention the other 2 DC books that I have as honorable mentions. So I'll just go with my number 3, and I just had to do this because I didn't want to change it, because it came out on 4/20. The Secret History of the War on Weed.
This is my number 1 book.
It's pretty wild, dude.
It is pretty crazy.
It's Jerry Duggan and Brian Posen, Scott
wow.
Koblish doing it.
Yeah,
I need to go find this.
It's just got a lot of big dumb action where this.
It is. If you grew up watching 80s action flicks, this is basically an 80s action flick in comic book form.
Basically like the bleeds red, white, and blue action star.
What the hell am I looking at?
Goes to fuck up some weed growers during the crackdown in the 80s.
Yeah, because they have the president is a very Nancy Reagan looking individual,
and they make him smoke weed, so he has this awakening.
Yeah.
It's just big, dumb, stupid 420.
Yeah,
fun, man.
It's just if you love like 80s action flicks, it's just a lot of references to 80s action flicks in this.
Yeah.
There are a lot of puns, like Happy
it's
Days
full of
is
puns.
Over.
There's
It's full
page
of
after
puns.
page of puns, dude.
But
it also
like,
breaks the fourth wall. Like the narrator is like, all right, I know this guy seems like an asshole, but just hold on. I read ahead, and he's gonna get good in like a page or 2. Like the narration bubbles are saying that, and it's like, oh my god, this book sucks. It's like I wonder if BKV is hiring a narrator for Saga. I mean, that's a joke in the book.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really self-aware and
but
overly
it's
violent.
2 acts. It's 2 acts where this character, his name is Scotch, goes to
Scotch
kill
McTiernan.
Yeah, Scotch McTiernan, and he goes
sounds like
the
an
80s. Yeah,
he goes to take on the war of drugs. Then he gets exposed. He's forced to smoke marijuana. He has a change of heart, and then in the end of it, it's all these cartoonish 80s characters coming after him.
It's like if Captain Planet was actually who Captain Planet should have been in the 80s. It's those kind of assholes, dude.
Yeah, the villains and all that.
Yeah.
This is great. I mean, like they have like
that was
Cocaine Johnny.
Yeah,
I love it.
Cocaine Johnny. Like nobody's doing drugs. Not even you, Cocaine Johnny. We're doing a war on drugs.
Yeah, I joined the war on the drugs on the side with drugs.
Yeah, I side with drugs. Yeah, that was the secret history of the war on drugs. War on weed. War on weed.
Yeah.
One shot. Go ahead, Adam.
Cool. So I managed to get my hands on one Marvel book this week. And that was Avengers number 55. And so I guess that's my number 3. It was just
Gomer,
okay.
Shut up.
It was just all right. This was honest. This was just. It's really weird because this was a setup issue for the next phase of Jason Aaron's Avengers run. which we're
Spoil
55 issues in. We don't really need a new setup for whatever else is going to come on.
Spoil
But-
it. Do
What
it.
well,
last-
everybody already knows the multiverse of Mephisto or the Council of Mephisto.
Well, that, but also Nighthawk
Nighthawk joins the Avengers in this
joins the
issue.
Avengers.
And
They
actually,
were just murdering him like a month ago. It's weird.
the main reason why I like this issue is the first half of this issue is Nighthawk and Black Panther having kind of a heart-to-heart,
Yeah.
kind of coming to terms, and Nighthawk basically takes Black Panther's spot, and Black Panther leaves because of whatever the hell's going on in Black Panther right now.
It's pretty good, actually. It's pretty fun. But yeah, dude, I don't like Nighthawk. I don't like any of those guys unless they're shitting on them or using them to, talk shit on DC because that's fun.
Serpent
But-
Society also showed up in this.
There's
and
another reason.
that
Serpent
was-
Society, really?
that was ridiculous.
I mean, that's
Then
a classic Avengers foe for
You're
some
right.
reason. I mean,
I
For
know.
some
they've
reason.
always been sort of an implausible opponent for like
Yeah.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but I mean that is a classic.
But at one point,
Cool,
dude, like
you know.
the Serpent Society's there, posing and doing their words, and they're like, "Oh, we got a head of the snake," and Mephisto comes out and he's a dog, and they make a joke about it,
Yeah, they do make a joke about it.
and it's like,
It feels like a Saturday morning cartoon.
It does. I don't know if that's what he's going for, but
But
Aaron
it feels
definitely
like
pulled
it.
it off. If
And,
that's
and,
what he
I'm
wanted to do.
okay with it. My problem is that it's too much because we're still trying to deal with the multiversal masters, right? Of
Yeah.
evil. But that's in Avengers Forever, right?
There's too much.
I don't know,
going
there's too
on,
much.
dude. There's a lot going
There's too
on.
much for how ridiculous this is, but
Yeah.
I am enjoying it still.
Yeah. Dave,
Hmm.
honorable mention and number 3.
My honorable mention is going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Armageddon game pre-game one-shot. It's mostly reprints from previous issues, but it's telling the backstory about the Rat King
Oh,
and-
cool.
and the his whole how he's assembling this force of evil to bring on Armageddon.
That's cool.
So just it's a collection of just stuff from past couple like 20 issues or so.
Nice.
No real new artwork in there, but it was a good read.
Awesome.
My number 3 is a book called Slumber Number 2.
Oh yeah, I skipped this week. I think I read the first one.
But we are hot on the trail of the Shade Lady, and we are finally understanding some of her motivations. And like the demons are scared of her.
Yeah.
So, but it's got a very like not Friday the 13th, Freddy.
Oh,
Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street, because they're entering people's dreams to hunt
Yeah.
this lady down.
Yeah.
And she apparently is aware that they're doing this.
Ooh.
So
Nice. What's that on Vault or no Behemoth?
no, it's Image.
Oh, is it Image?
It's Image.
I thought it was way indier than that. All right, number 3 is done. Taylor, we're back around to you. Number 2.
My number 2 is going to be The Flash, number 781.
That's actually my number 1.
Nice.
This was just
Crazy week.
this was just a book about Wally hanging out with Wally or Wallace, as he insists on being called. This reminded me of that issue of All-Star Superman where like it's just following Superman around on a day in his life. There's also an issue in Jason Aaron's Thor run doing the same. I really enjoyed watching Wally just kind of like going around, not just fighting crime, but also, doing good deeds and also like, going to
doing mischief.
outrageous places.
Doing some crazy deeds too. Some
Yeah,
mischievous
for sure. He's like in
deeds.
the center of the earth, but he's also like helping farmers like pick their crop. And he's also
cool.
like hanging out in Argentina because like his favorite ice cream place is closing. And that was an interesting pull, that Flushman thing. I did Google that. That was
Did you?
interesting to see. Yeah.
Nice.
But the
No,
thing
my
that
favorite
really
thing is he goes to the Legion of Doom lair every once in a while and just messes up one little tiny thing that's very necessary. So anytime they try to do anything, it messes up and they have to figure out whatever the problem is.
yeah, that was really
Oh,
fun.
wow.
Like basically
That's
like
weird.
even
I
like
love
lays
it.
out his logic that like whoever's doing this is having to waste an awful lot of money. And like he's doing
Yeah.
just a little enough that they can't be sure that someone's sabotaging it.
Wow.
But-
I mean, Nightwing, I didn't read this, but Nightwing sort of had that same flavor, a
Yeah.
little bit this week. So I'm sure we'll mention that book again.
We will for sure. But yeah, the thing that really made this issue for me was the dynamic between Flash and Kid Flash.
The
That's
best
a
part,
theme. Flash, family is going to be a theme this
the
week.
best part about this new current run is that they brought back the Flash family in a very big way. There's a very big family dynamic in this book with Wally and his kids, and now Wally with Wally, or Wallace, or Ace, I guess is what he's calling him
Yeah.
now. I just love it. It gives this book a lot of heart. Yeah, it's not, the big stakes like we're messing with the timeline or anything like that like Barry used to do.
It's played out, dude.
But that's played out. I like this shit more, I
I mean,
the closer to home storytelling.
Not every issue needs to be like the fate of the multiverse.
Dude.
It's this book has a lot of heart. I like the way you said that, and honestly, this is a good kind of indication of why I like Wally better than Barry in the first place, because he does have this more grounded element to him, like he has more of a family, he's more interesting outside of costume than Barry could ever be.
Barry's kind of like Batman. He spends his entire life pushing everybody else away to try to protect them, whereas Wally, he goes out of his way to bring as many people into his life as he can
to help protect them for the same reason. Yeah.
And I just really appreciate that. It's something
that's a good like thread we can pick up in the Nightwing book too, because they also did a good job with that exact same idea in that one.
Exactly, dude. They were talking about that. Yeah. I really like that part in the Nightwing book where, and we're going to talk about it, but where he's like egging Dick on, like, what the fuck you waiting for with your girl, dude? I loved that.
We'll talk about that in a sec. But this was sweet. This book has consistently had a lot of heart to it, and it's kind of under the radar a bit, but it's consistently one of my favorite reads.
Since Williams left it definitely went further, under the radar. Awesome. My number 2, and I know no one else read it. I don't even know if I want to spoil it, but Wolverine, number 20. Ben Percy, Adam Kubert. Basically, this was a Wolverine issue. Look, Wolverine reading his own comics, shooting the Wolverine comics. Right? You see that shit? But
you mean a Deadpool issue? You said
Oh, it did. I don't know. All right, it's Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm getting them. Yeah, it's Wolverine issue 20, but it's basically.
Oh man, he did ruin some valuable comics there.
Yeah, he ruined some really great books. Look, it's sort of him breaking the fourth wall, and then Wolverine's like, "No, fuck you. This is my comic." I just really like that. He gets his own little,
he gets his own little thing.
Whatever I say here is canon, right? So Emma Frost is hopelessly in love with me. And he just goes on and on to talk all this amazing, dumb shit. I guess
Captain America's secretly afraid of dentists.
Of dentists, yeah. Yeah, it's hilarious, dude. But the whole book is like that. They eventually go to an island where they're still trying to get Wolverine's hand back. Still? Red, still. And Wade really wants a green card so he can get on Krakoa whenever he wants. But what was I asking for in terms of X-Men just the other day? What was I asking about? Danger. Last page reveal, Danger from Astonishing X-Men coming back. Loved her so much. She was on an X-Men team for like 5 minutes, 10 years.
Yeah, she was a big part of that book when they were like based out of San Francisco, right?
Yeah. It's Ben Percy still hitting on all cylinders, man. And that final page reveal was too much to leave it off. So Wolverine number 20, great book. Adam, your number 2.
My number 2 was Nightwing number 91,
and that is.
I'm sure that
is my number 1.
Yeah,
slim pickings for me this week, but this is consistently really good anyway.
It was. Did anyone read World's Finest number 2?
I did read that, and it was fine.
It was a lot of exposition, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't like any of it, but yes, Nightwing was even without Bruno Redondo.
Yeah, even without Bruno Redondo, if Bruno Redondo was on this book, it probably would have been my number 1.
Yeah.
But I like this for the same reason why I like that Flash book. It's got a lot of heart. It's really just 2 characters. It's Wally and Dick just hanging out.
I mean,
they're on a mission. They fight
Yeah.
KG Beast, but that honestly goes really easy, really fast.
Well, I really like the
Yeah,
hook
I
at
love the way
end
that they
on
handled that. Like the way they handled that fight with KGB is like, I planted a bomb, and then like Dick's like immediately figures out where it is because he's a great detective. And Wally, of course, can deal with it instantaneously because he's the fucking Flash. So
Yeah.
like that was a great way to handle that whole situation.
Yeah. I mean, but then they get into this bigger, deeper conspiracy, and it's like, oh, this feels like it should be wildly important. But yeah, it's still eclipsed by these awesome relationship moments between these two best friends. It's really a strange issue, you
It
know?
is. It is.
Yeah.
It is peppered with a lot of really great little comedic friendship moments. Like, what do you
I
want to
check
be?
on you 1,000 times a day.
Cradle or piggyback? Which one do you want?
Yeah.
I love that. That's a good like running gag they have going now.
Yeah.
It's like kind of always like to even talk like, so you've met like future descendants, and none of them have figured out a less embarrassing way for you to carry people.
Yeah, that was really cool. I also liked, again, they get into this bigger conspiracy with like these worldwide assassins, and instead of just putting the hammer down on them, they like use them and set them up and
Mhm.
gets the rest of his
It's such a
pals.
smarter way to deal with the problems.
Yes, dude. It wasn't your traditional hero, find and smash. It was, again, Taylor said it, the detective saying,
Yeah.
no, there's
I mean,
a
that was-
better way.
That's really a testament to how good of a writer Tom Taylor is, because
For
like
sure.
you might suspect going into a book like this where like Flash is one of the most powerful superhumans alive.
Yeah.
And like Wally is the most powerful Flash. So like, is Dick going to be useful? But he found a way to make Dick instrumental to this, right? Like Dick is definitely contributing. He is
Well, and he
figuring
had
shit out. And he came up with that good idea. Like, let's not just shut this shit down. Let's do some fucking damage,
Yeah.
Let's make
And
use of this.
There was, I'm not talking shit because there's really no other way to do it, but it was kind of a tropey way to take Flash out of the fight for a minute, getting him knocked out by an invisible wall.
It
I'm
was
that's been
plausible
happening
enough,
since
and-
the 50s.
And
you
okay,
know?
so that ties in with what I was just talking about, though. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like, you're probably going to end up with some sort of contrived way to get like the guy who is way, way more powerful of the two, not just single-handedly solving the problem.
Yeah.
But
The
that
thing
was
about
as
that-
good a way to handle it as they probably could have come up with.
The thing about that is Tom Taylor also followed that up with a panel by panel breakdown of just an amazing fight between Dick and that guy. And the way Dick was narrating it the whole time, saying this dude's not, playing, he's not show. It was just really well done. Just great writing. And that makes up for the tropey, hit the helicopter with the force field.
Yeah. I mean, this is Nightwing's
happen.
book. Nightwing's
Yeah.
going to have to be involved in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's almost time for me to retire the Nightwing book, man, from ever being eligible, because it could be every week. It's that damn good.
Man,
It's
I could
so
not ever have
solid.
that rule. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we were alluding to earlier, though, I really like the part where they're also talking about, the more intimate things, the more like
Relationship
close to home
shit.
things. Yeah.
Bros.
We're
They're
like-
having bro
Right.
talk.
Or like,
Because
his-
Dick is sitting there, he's asking Wally, like, how do you do it? How do you go out every night knowing you have a family that you have to come back to? How do you make that commitment to have a family and be a superhero? And then Wally's just like, do it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
what are you
well, he
waiting
admits
for?
that he checks in on his family 1,000 times a day,
Well,
he
yeah.
does it, but he also
Power,
like, it was still a good way to like, if you're going to pull Wally into this issue of Nightwing,
Yeah.
this is the thing that he's contributing, like he has this way of like reaching out and pulling people into his life, like you were saying earlier. And like, it
Yeah.
makes him the perfect person to give Dick Grayson advice about starting a relationship with Barbara Gordon,
I mean, bromances in arcs. I mean, my favorite will always be Thor and Hyperion from Hickman's Avengers. Okay.
And it was a very Wally West thing to say, right? That like, all
Oh,
you guys
sure.
are like the greatest detectives in the world, and yet you can't put together the simplest thing on earth here,
Yeah. But I mean, long-standing relationships, bromances, you got to give it Human Torch, Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
Mhm.
That's just outrageously good. I love it. But this one, I mean, it's awesome. It's
before
awesome.
it's definitely its stock has gone up a lot in the last few weeks and months here. A lot because of this book,
Yeah. Faux show. Was that Adam's number 2?
Yep.
Dave.
All right. My number 2 is Black Hammer Reborn, number 11.
This was okay. I thought you were going to pick Ice Cream Man number 29.
I didn't pick that up.
Okay. It was fantastic, by the way. It was almost too good. Like I was like, oh my god, he's talking directly to me.
Is that
in
one
this
of your
comic.
retirees then?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
But
It could
yeah,
make it every week.
it's
Or every month it could make it the list. It's so
Lucy's husband and daughter get teleported to Rockwood by Colonel Weird, and they're trying to make the assessment of what's going on in Rockwood. It turns out that Rockwood is not in a parallel dimension, but on a parallel Earth now.
Yeah.
And they run into Abraham Slam, Golden Gale, and Sherlock Frankenstein.
The original Black Hammers.
Yeah.
Man, what a sentence that was.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that sentence.
Yeah.
There's like 10 years of continuity going on in that sentence.
Yeah, but apparently the Rockwood that they're in is basically on the Earth we know, our Earth.
Which is a wrench in the whole what we thought was happening.
Yeah, so and then Insector shows up, and the Insector shows up with the brother.
Yeah.
And all fun stuff is happening. It's just, always
There's only one issue of this left, I think.
Yeah, it's a pretty good series, tentpole series in my book,
That's almost done.
Mm-hmm.
Good choice. I think we know everybody's number one but me.
Yeah, my number one was Nightwing.
Adam's number one was Flash 781.
Mine was The Secret History of the War on Drugs.
The War on Weed.
War
on Weed. I'm really pissed off about the shop not having this book, dude. Captain America #0, Toshi Onyebuchi, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lanzig, Mattea de Iulis doing the art. This is the first issue of what's going to be a 2-series sort of Captain America.
I'm really looking forward to reading this, yeah.
It is fan-fucking-tastic, dude. The new Captain America relaunch, action, attitude, some of the best art of the fucking year so far. Look,
that is gorgeous.
That
yeah.
is nice.
Shit. Zola, I mean, classic Captain America, where the villain going in there and talking all this mad truth about how terrible the United States is, and the Captain's America saying, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Just perfect, stereotypical shit. But just this tried and true red, white, and blue anti-propaganda that this motherfucker been doing since the 40s. You know what I mean? And it's impossible not to just sink your teeth in and just love it, man. Especially with that art. Look at that Zola, dude.
That looks great.
Dude. Man, that is this spread here is a 4-course meal for the eyes.
Yeah, this right here sold me on this book because I was honestly on the fence for Captain America. Just because I don't know if I want to really invest in a Captain America run right now. But
Captain America's in a rocket and he's being subjected
to
7
this
Gs.
book is doing its best to get you invest in 2 Captain America runs.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Captain America's like in the rocket, right? He's in the rocket and he's just sweating because the rocket's right, and he's experiencing 7 Gs, right? And he just gets over it, like Hulk Hogan in the 80s, just
what's up?
No, yeah, it's just great shit, man. Like this, look at that. They fall from the rocket, and they're just hanging out,
and bro fists.
Oh, dude, it was so. I mean, I don't know. It was great. I didn't want to love this.
Man, if they never get this into the shop, I gotta track this one down. That was great.
So fun. It was just an action-packed red, white, and blue fucking adventure, man. It's like I wanted to go enlist after reading this shit. It was so good.
Gomer, the army would never.
Oh no, they don't want me. No, they don't want me.
I have to get up when.
I'd have us all AWOL. What are you talking about?
Man, you're gonna show up looking like fucking pre-super soldier serum Steve Rogers. And they're not gonna take you.
I can do this all
day.
Hey,
they made a movie about that called Stripes.
But yes, please pick up that book. And I'm anxious now about both. Count them 2 Captain America books.
We were talking about this when we were reading about the United States of Captain America. This is what they should absolutely be doing. We shouldn't have to have just one person in the role at a time, especially because Sam is the Captain America in the movies now. Just let them both be Captain America. Let that be like a shared identity. I want a Captain America core. Bring in more Captain Americas.
Dude, there's already 5 Wolverines. I mean,
yeah, why the fuck not? I mean, there's a billion Green Lanterns. There's 5 Flashes.
We need a multiverse council of.
In fact, arguably, it would be the most appropriate to have multiple Captain Americas so that all that America is can really be represented.
Yeah, dude. I agree 100%. I mean, Steve will always be the main man.
But sure, I'm always going to
there's
love
no-
Steve, but
Just
there's
like
room
Peter.
for Sam, you know?
Just like Peter. Even though Peter sucks compared to the other Spider-Mans, he's still going to be my Spider-Man. But Peter's lame now, dude. Since he got out of high school, basically.
Oh, Peter is lame now. Miles
So like
is where it's
50
at.
fucking years ago?
No,
Jesus.
maybe not 50, but
When he got out of high school?
yeah,
Yeah.
kinda. Yeah, kinda.
It was
yeah.
literally 50 years ago.
I know, but he's never been better. Not since then. He was the best when he was, failing geometry. I'll never forget that. That was like Peter Parker's biggest struggle in life was he was failing geometry. But Spider-Man fought like 5 motherfuckers the day before and like got his ass just. I'll never forget that, coming up, dude. Just wow. I'm failing geometry too. I can really relate. Thanks
Maybe
for
we're
all-
all failing geometry.
Yeah, we're all
Guys,
failing
too.
geometry. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We really appreciate it. Go to outrightgeekery.com. You will find links there to all the stuff we got going on, including the Comic Book Bullies. Those are our partners in podcasting. Great guys, Leroy and Eli. What am I doing here? What have I done?
What?
There it
There's
goes.
No
Okay.
time. To
I don't
have an
know. I was hitting the wrong
existential
button, I guess.
Gomer.
So yeah, keep checking them out. They're on this channel on Facebook. Search them YouTube or go to the outrightgeekery.com and click on the link. Keep coming back to this channel. We got shit going on all the time. We got another show tomorrow, our preview show. We'll talk about all the new books coming out next week. Yeah, that's it. Again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. But most of all, thanks to finally these 3 jokers for hanging out with this joker.
Always a pleasure.
We're gonna do it again. Oh, we're gonna do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
We always default to you, Dave. It's like you're always number one. Sucks y'all didn't get that Captain